Alright guys, here we're going to look at the trailer for The Kid Who Would Be King. This looks like a Star Kid kind of movie. I'm picturing it's going to be...
like a Last Starfighter, King Arthur?
Yeah, something in those lines. I think some kid who finds some technology from space or something and has to fight to save the whatever.
So the thumbnail postery thing has an air of like post-apocalypse and like techno-iness to it, but looking at it more closely, it looks all just like normal stuff. The sword's glowing, I guess. Is that why?
Well, maybe he found Excalibur in the river.
This might not be sci-fi, but then whoever made the poster needs
something about it jumps out at me as sci-fi first. But yes, it's clearly fantasy.
I completely agree. So if it's a pure fantasy Garbo thing, whoever made the poster either deserves an award or to be like talked to like, hey, you're making posters that are misleading for your movies.
Let's check it out. So that's like a new Spy Kids kind of movie.
I was gonna say, I think I hate this.
Well, it's completely directed towards children. This is
I'm a child.
Movie. No, not entirely.
Completely.
No, this is for your like 5 to 12-year-olds.
I don't have any children.
Not yet. Wait till this movie comes out.
Wait 5 or 12 years, and they'll be ready.
You got a couple months. But no, this seems like a fine kids movie. The one part that I'm like, oh, I really like that was the Lady of the Lake in his bathtub. I was like, okay, now that's a little tidbit that I would like. I like that.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, it's that same campy stuff. Of just like oh I got like all the kids like I don't like when kids fight wars and stuff just because I'm like he couldn't swing the sword fast enough to hurt the demons are somehow dying
okay, like I'm all right. Yes, I'm not a child, apparently. I'm fine with magic, I'm fine with things or whatever, right? But I often think back to Hocus Pocus.
Sure.
Like there are certain kids things where I was always like, well, this is really dark and like intense, but it makes sense. Right? And here, I was encouraged because the kid's like, that's ridiculous, I'm 12, or whatever. But then it just keeps going, I guess, and keeps happening, which is fine. I don't know.
If they would have made, I think I would have been totally on board, aside from the fact that they train the school to fight. If it would have been a thing like, you must gather knights, and then Merlin just makes them adults, I think I would have been like, okay, all right, we're on to something now. You have the strength, and you might not have the wisdom, but I put you in these buff bodies to take on this whatever.
But you found the sword, so that's you.
Yeah.
Sorry, kid, we're stuck with you. Whatever.
No, I think that would have been fine, but it's the nature of what exactly it is that I'm like, well, it's a kids movie. I can only judge it so harshly.
But like back in the 90s, right? Maybe not exactly the 90s or whatever, like you would get knights that would come out of like a portal and it would be like the Deuce Bigelow male gigolo guy.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, this is our chosen one? And Merlin would be like, trust me, he found the sword, we have to figure, and they would just like go forward and it would be this goofy thing where you're the knight in King Arthur, the kid in King Arthur's court, or you're like the whatever, right? And this, I guess it's fun. Part of me is like, I guess this is fun and this is what I would have wanted. This seems to hit all like the things. The team up and the goofiness and the Goonies-ness or whatever, but like I don't know. Yeah. I also just hate it. I think I just hate everything about it. Maybe I don't know.
It's certainly a high budget. It's got a lot of things going for it, but yeah, it's not my cup of tea.
I might be getting hoodwinked because the production value is definitely like it feels like you updated a movie from back then and like right because when all the kids are like what and then she's like. School's canceled. We're doing this. Like, how does he win her over? That doesn't make any sense.
Those are two different scenes cut together.
Okay, good.
I think one is we need to like rally some troops. It doesn't work. Then something happens. You see the kids kill like a demon or something, and it's like, okay, we'll try.
It happens. Yes.
Because no teacher in any world would ever let kids train to fight
or anything,
demons.
Right?
You'd call the police.
What is he gonna say? Oh, we're reenacting a battle.
But like, what is this? Like they're tearing up a foundation of a building, and somehow that was in there. Like that seems so dumb and suspect.
I don't know. Maybe if he'd holed up in like an old like bookstore and read a book, this would make sense.
A little more.
I know. It's so funny. I don't know. Maybe there's probably more to it that we're not seeing, but I'm so torn. Like. It looks like it has a lot of value, and it would be good for its intended audience. But again, I can't shake this feeling that I just hate this.
It looks on par with like Ghost Rider in effects, and probably the plot.
What?
And probably the plot.
Well, now I'm back in. That's the whole thing. Yeah. No, like bad effects have gotten good enough to be like good enough though. Like we've hit that point where I'm like, that's fine.
This character that plays Merlin, he's like too long.
His
like
neck is
his
too
body
long.
seems like it's twice as long as it should be.
He's like a scarecrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do we land on this thumb wise? I guess I want kids to watch this, but I hate this.
Yeah, I think if you're under the age of 13, this is going to be a great film for you. If you're not, this is not. So my thumb wanes based on your age.
Is it rated PG?
It's rated G, I would imagine.
Is it rated G?
Where's the fucking rating?
F. No,
that's F for Facebook. They're not rated yet.
I don't know, man.
It says not rated yet.
I don't know, man.
But
and that is Patrick Stewart.
Right. Yes, when he popped up, I went, "What?"
Yeah, you were like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, he thinks that was Patrick Stewart, idiot." I mean, we're gonna have to look that up later and make sure we know if it's Patrick Stewart.
Oh no, that's Patrick Stewart.
Why is Patrick Stewart in this?
Because he's got grandkids.
I love the Arthurian legends back in the day and stuff. All right, he's probably playing old Merlin during that scene, and he's using his power or something.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? And we'll never find out. So what are you saying? Thumbs up if you're a child. Thumbs down if you're an adult.
Yeah,
I think
on
for
board
kids
with
this
that.
would
be great.
That's our official recommendation, especially if you're British.
All right, guys, that's our thoughts. Now let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching Just Daggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.